Oh boy, good morning and happy Friday. Stock market drama. I love it. Now, is it as much drama as it was yesterday leading into the close of the day? Or has it just begun? Oh, we're going to be talking a lot about stuff today. I actually did buy a lot of stock in the pre-market here today, along with that market opened. Actually, right now it is 10:06 a.m. Eastern Time. I just got done buying some more shares as well because I gave the market some breathing room a little bit after open, and the market right now is just, it is in a pissy state. Oh, okay. So firstly, I do want to pull up this real quick here. Where are you? I need to find, for some reason I can't find this open tab really quick. So the Federal Reserve has basically pretty much pivoted once again. We have a greater chance of a rate cut now in December's FOMC meeting, December 10th, Wednesday, fun day. Not really fun day if it's going to go down. Where is this? Federal Reserve. I literally just had this open. I got to get prepared a little better for these videos. But then again, I mean, I am a very old-fashioned YouTuber. This is actually not my first YouTube channel, believe it or not. I'm just on a stock trading journey here. But otherwise, the likelihood of a interest rate cut for December, aka next month, a couple weeks from now, has drastically increased from 32 to 67%. So that is, I mean, good, right? But is it good or is it bad? You got to really look at it in both terminology. One, the Federal Reserve has been lagging all this year tremendously, and this is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just looking at things being very zoomed out, and now they're basically pretty much playing catch-up. Not to mention, if the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates, sure, you can go ahead and get like a lower loan relatively quicker, but for the economy to feel interest rate cuts, it actually takes a very long time, as in like anywhere between, I believe, 12 to 18 months. And this is the whole argument about how the Federal Reserve is basically pretty much going to be late once again, whether you believe it is done on purpose, whether you believe it is done because, well, it is what it is. But either way, there's a lot of drama. A significant amount of drama. Okay, so if you've been watching the last several videos of mine, I'm doing a public profile account challenge. Right now, this account started at 34,000. Obviously, there's a drawdown in positions here. But I've been picking up a lot of shares. Yesterday I ended up pulling over $5,000 cash. I do not trade on margin. I've actually never traded on margin before. I actually really don't agree with it because I actually know someone that's been margin called. Was not a fun time for my friend. But my goal is to take this account and turn it into a six-figure account in the course of maybe anywhere between a year, maybe year and a half. Is it very possible? Tremendously possible. Just by investing in companies that are very much extremely profitable, but we are down by 30-40% from their all-time highs, and then you look at companies like AMD that are going to be going off to the races along with SOFI. So I bought, I ended up uploading 2 videos yesterday. Gonna try and make a video per day. If you enjoy this content, definitely drop a like. If you want to see future content, please subscribe. It's totally free. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you get notified. But my overall, like, goal, and I was buying SOFI during Liberation Day back in April on this account. I'm a SOFI bull. I own 1,642 shares on my private profile, my Robinhood account. That is, well, it was near a $50,000 position. It's not near 50 grand anymore, but it will be there soon. Hopefully. My average on my other account on SoFi is $7.41. Yeah, that is a big position. The largest position on my private profile. But right now I'm very cash heavy. However, I'm deploying a lot of money on this account very aggressively. And I'm going to get to that momentarily, also the stock that I'm pretty much have bought. But I really, or rather I should say, we are in a correction. There is no doubt about it. We are in a stock market correction right now. And the correction is designed around chips. The overall economy is not like 2021 going into 2022. We are entering 2026 where there is fears and a pullback in chip companies, aka big tech. The overall economy is not like really nosediving down because you can look at other stocks out there and they're just not really getting hit as much as big tech. These stocks from their all-time highs are down by near like 30%. 20, 30, I believe one of them is like almost 40% now. So it is a big tech recession fear, which you buy the fear. These are not penny stocks. These are profitable companies. SoFi, this position here is going to go off to the races. Now, I bought $500 worth of SoFi yesterday. I will talk about that. I ended up buying some more PLTR last night and also pre-market and open today. Bought some more Robinhood. AMD I bought. Meta, I have a full-size position. So I want to keep my Meta position pretty much where it's at. I think I'm pretty much good on Meta. So I've pretty much filled up my Meta position. I have $9,300 left to deploy. To be honest, I may pick up another Meta share. I honestly, I very well may. Not entirely sure. But I'll get to that momentarily. Honest Company, I spoke about them yesterday. Honest Company is a risk play. I do believe in having risk in your profile, even though you can look at me and say, yo, your entire profile is risk on. I don't believe that. Because these are companies with growth rates that are accelerating. SoFi's growth rate is accelerating. I trust the management team. Palantir came out with 68%. Like, no, they're going to be accelerating more. Robinhood, if stocks are getting hit, their business model gets a pullback. But in a bullish market, so Robinhood is one that I really want to get into because when we go into a very risk-on market, they're going to be going off to the races. AMD, I've talked about AMD. They're going to be exploding next year. Their growth rates, their revenue is going to be going bananas. Meta, they had a bad quarter. Mark Zuckerberg is spending more money than he's taking in. He's done this before, and look what happened to the stock. 100, 200, 400, 600. Like, it's this growing company still. Do you believe in the management team? I do. Honest Company, I consider Honest to be risk on. But can Honest Company run back up and double up? Yeah. And at that point, I'm probably just going to get out and just, but it is very risky. There's a transformation that's happening in that company. That's the reason why the company pretty much sold off. But we could see a run in Honest. There are people that are saying Honest is going to go $21. Ignore that bullshit. But can Honest Company go up by 50% of where it's at right now when they finish their transformation on their balance sheet? Basically, Honest what they're doing is they are doing a transformation where they are getting rid of products in their company that are not doing very well, and they're transforming into products that are doing well. SoFi did the same thing back in early 2024. Nobody wanted to own SoFi at $7. I was buying SoFi at $7 all throughout 2024. I mean, come on. Okay, it's one of those humorous type things. But I need to really fill a lot of these position sizes over the next week or so relatively quick. So I may increase Meta to 3,500, one more share. I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. Honest, I may bring it up to like a $1,500 position. AMD, I want to get a solid $4,000 position size. Robinhood, I need to be a little more aggressive. I would like to get a $4,000 position size. Palantir, I also want to get to a $4,000 position size. I want some cash left over in this account because I may do some SPY options, some calls. If SPY continues to fall, especially if we do get into a very 10% pullback correction, and if I do get into options, it's not going to be gambling options. It's going to be a very, a long-term option. Long-term option, somewhat, maybe anywhere between 7 to maybe 10 months out. You can argue anything that you do with options is not really safe money, but when you go with a major index, especially in a accelerating market, where interest rates are going to be coming down over the course of the next year, then you got to really say to yourself, hey, am I going to put my money where my mouth is? I believe that this market, stock market, economy is going to go higher. You got midterms for the Republicans next year. There's no way in hell that President Trump is going to let the stock market go into free fall before the midterms. Are we going to be experiencing pain now until maybe the first quarter of 2026? Sure. But once midterms start rock and rolling, and that's another thing about Meta, where do politicians advertise? On Facebook, Meta. Are their revenue going to be going up like it did last year during the presidential election? Yeah. That's another thing too. Shit, I may need to buy Meta a little more aggressively. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk moving averages. I am a technical trader, and I also believe in fundamental analysis, looking at balance sheet. They play hand to hand. If you are not good with FA, fundamental analysis, and if you are only good with TA, you could very well sell stocks extremely early. I made that mistake with Palantir. I was buying Palantir almost 2 years ago when it was in the teens. 14, 15 bucks, sold in the 20s because it was oversold. If I had just focused on the fundamentals, I would have had life-changing money if I held. That's one of the reasons why that I'm holding SoFi and so much of SoFi is because I'm looking at the fundamentals. You got to look at both things, moving averages, and you got to look also at fundamentals. Meta. So Meta right now is beaten down. Meta is below all the moving averages. We are below the 200-day moving average. We are below the 100, the 50. It just is a cliff. But it looks like we are rounding a bottom. We are creating a bottom with these days. Every one of these candlesticks is 1 day, by the way. The RSI, Relative Strength Index, we are 22. We are oversold. If you are below 30, you are oversold. We are oversold. Look at this. Look at this. We are 22. The MACD is just curving on the bottom. I do know how to day trade, and when I see day trading opportunities, I will take them. Day trading, sorry, we don't edit around here. If I do day trading, it's primarily the penny stock realm, not like these companies. But one thing that I look for day trading is the MACD. And when you day trade, you're not looking at the daily, you're looking at like the 5-minute candle, the 1-minute candle as well. We're looking at the 1 day, but the 1 day is showing that it wants to make a rebound. So Meta is beaten down. They are at the V-shaped recovery of Liberation Day, which tells me that if they're going down any lower, there's something really wrong here. AMD. Oh man, I gotta be more aggressive with the AMD. We are free falling right now with AMD. We could very well push down into 180 range. 188 is at the 100-day moving average. We could give up this entire gap here. If you are a technical trader, all gaps do get filled one way. If you do believe this gap is going to be filled, then we could go down to 170. If we pull back to the 148, oh man, I own a lot of AMD with an average on my main profile of 112. I got to update my average on my Webull account here. But I am also an AMD bull. A lot of shares I own on my main main profile because I am looking at this company from a fundamental point of view. And a fundamental point of view is telling me that this company is going to be exploding over the next 3-5 years primarily. A lot of revenue is going to be poured into this company. A lot of people dislike AMD because they're like, they cannot overtake Nvidia. It's not about overtaking Nvidia. It's about gaining market share. Nvidia is I believe they were. I got to see what their market cap is. But Nvidia, $4 trillion of market cap. AMD, I haven't checked what the market cap is today or yesterday, to be honest. But keep the numbers simple. Let's say they're $500 billion. We just need AMD to soak up $1 trillion of market cap. It doesn't mean that they're going to overthrow Nvidia. If AMD does, whoa, that's crazy. But it just literally means that Nvidia can become $1 trillion company. They could become a $2 trillion company. Lisa Su is a phenomenal CEO. So this company right now is in a free fall. The RSI is 35. It's getting to be almost oversold. So yeah, AMD is just trailing down. Robinhood. I chose SOFI over Robinhood, and I'm also really happy I did. We broke the 100-day yesterday on a hard dash down. We actually broke the 100-day the last couple days. But we are at 33 on the RSI. The MACD is trailing down. We could push down to the 200-day. But right now, from all-time high on Robinhood. So if right now, if I go ahead and get in a large position, a $4,000 position, we're down a third from their all-time high. All-time high, and the company's still growing. This is where that, for me, I got to really be a little more aggressive because this bottom on this market, it could be soon. It could be maybe in a couple weeks. I really don't know. But for me personally, I got to fill these positions a little quicker and deploy capital a little more aggressively because we're just really oversold. Palantir, if my trading view wants to load, I got to update my average over here. But now we are getting almost, if we go down to the 200, we're looking at a third. We're at 33 on the RSI. Also, we're getting to near sold territory. SOFI. Why did I average up on SOFI? Right here. I've been talking about SOFI in this all week long. If we break this key area of support, which was around $25, the next level of support is $21. So I ended up throwing $500 and added to my large position here. If we trail down and get to $22, $21, I'm going to buy another $500 worth of SOFI. Afterwards, the next level of big support is around this 200-day moving average in $18. if we get to $18, I got to be more aggressive because SoFi is going to be a banking giant, I believe, in the next 10 years. SoFi is a long-term position for me. Anthony Noto has stated the T word, trillion-dollar company in the next 10 years. I believe it. So therefore, like, sure, SoFi is a massive position of mine, but Palantir, Robinhood, Meta, AMD, I'm not going to see a 10x anytime soon. SoFi, I could see a 10x. I could see $500 get turned into 5,000. Another $500 get turned into $5,000. Another 500 get turned into $5,000 easily. Add up all my shares that I have at SoFi. That's life-changing money over the next course of the next decade. Significant amount of life-changing money. So that's the reason why I got into SoFi. The NASDAQ, let's go Bitcoin. Bitcoin, not recovering. And Bitcoin is right near Liberation Day. Oh, man. Bitcoin oversold. 22 on the RSI. Some people say crypto doesn't follow relative strength index because it's crypto. That's horse manure. Bullshit. Crypto follows relative strength index. It's a moving average. But they are right now consolidating in Liberation Day over here. Bitcoin follows the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, if we are going to go to the 200-day moving average on the NASDAQ, we got room. So right now, this correction, in my personal opinion, is probably a little more than halfway over. Because I believe that this correction is going to go down to the 200-day moving average on the major indexes. I don't really pay attention too much to the IWM because there's a lot more that goes into here. Not to mention, I don't trade the IWM. If I do anything with major indexes, it's more so the Qs or the SPY. But we are definitely below the 100-day on the IWM. The Qs, very big. We are even trending. Yesterday, we were 7. Now we are almost 9% from all-time highs. If we go down to the 200, we're looking at a solid correction. That is 15%. Now, we could consolidate in this area at 10% right here. As for the SPY, this is where things really need to be playing an account. Right now, the SPY, if we go down to the 200, we're at about 10% of a correction. We're about 5%, so we're about halfway there. You can argue maybe a little more. Can I be dead wrong, and can we go ahead and just soar up from here? Oh, absolutely. Anything is possible. Anything is possible here. SoFi, I'm watching, is selling off right now. Oh boy, this is interesting. But during Liberation Day, we fell 20%. We're pretty much seeing kind of the opposite of 2018. 2018, we had a drawdown of 10% earlier in the year, and then we had a massive 20% down at the end of the year. Now we're seeing kind of like, hopefully I could be dead wrong. Maybe we experience a COVID-style crash. At that point, I gotta deploy everything. Deploy deploy the savings account. Deploy everything. Like, at that point, my life will be living on very cheap food. Because, yeah, I got into the stock market in 2020, and I literally did that. I took my entire life savings and I put it into the market. A little bit over 100K, beyond nearly tripled during 2020, 2021, life-changing money. 2022 was a rough year, but I still was profitable. 23, I got my ass kicked. I was actually in the red. Last year, ended up coming out very green. This year, I'm closing with cutting a check once again to the cocksuckers at the IRS. It's all about being a profitable trader. But this is how you make life-changing money. You buy the fear. You buy the fear. There's fear in the market. You buy the fear. Fear. This is all fear. Absolute big tech fear. And yeah, this is gonna continue. We could very well continue up until the Federal Reserve meeting. We could very well continue past the Federal Reserve meeting, but here's the catch. Let's say that I go ahead and I buy here, and then I buy here, and then I buy here, and then I buy here, and I buy here, and the market goes down, and theoretically, let's say I don't have any more money left for the market to go down. But then the market V-shape recovers. If the market V-shapes recovers, you still bought insane great areas. This is where people do not understand. When you are in a market that goes down and then up, so many people, they don't want to buy the fear. And then what ends up happening is it goes all the way down and then it starts going up really quickly. And then they have their gut turning inside out and they don't buy the dip. It's all about buying the fear, buying the dip, selling the rip, and you gotta buy the fear. During Liberation Day, I deployed all my capital. Bought the dip, bought the dip, bought the dip, bought the dip, bought the dip. And then when the market was going up, I was still buying. Because as the market's going up from the low, you're still buying at a premium from all-time highs. That's what people don't understand. I could sit here and talk about this for hours. I would love to, but I got to go ahead and go to the bathroom now. I just got done drinking a large cup of coffee. Hopefully everyone has a great Friday. Please like this video once again. I'll probably be making another one tomorrow. And let's see where this journey takes me. Because, oh boy, we are on a fear-driven mentality here. All right, later all. Thanks for watching. Bye.